I forgot to turn, I look crazy. I forgot to turn my phone on before I started. But let me catch you up. So I am using the One Size Oil Sucker on my T-zone. So right here, on my nose, and right here. And I had mentioned before that I tried this, but it didn't work. That's because I was using it wrong. It's supposed to be on a completely dry face before your moisturizer. So that's what I'm doing. And you can feel the tightness when you use it correctly. You can feel it like sucking all the moisture out of the areas that you put it. 100% do not use this all over your face. Like, just put it in your oily areas. And for me, that's my T-zone, like literally straight line down and right here. So, and then when I tried it before, I was using the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. So what I found is that this wasn't oily enough to not break up on my nose. What I mean is I had to go in with concealer, which was my High Glam concealer from Natasha Denona. That is super hydrating to put on my nose without it looking flaky and cakey. So what I'm doing today is going in with the Yummy Skin Serum Foundation, which is also very, very hydrating. And I'm going to put that where I put the oil sucker, and then I'm going to use my Revlon Illuminance to put on the rest of my face. But if you're going to use the oil sucker, make sure that what you're putting on your areas that you applied it is super, super hydrating, because if you don't, it's going to look like cake. Which I don't know how that's going to work out for people that have oily skin, or maybe it's because I have dry skin that might also be why it's reacting that way, because I don't truly have oily skin. I just have a nose that eats makeup. So let me know down below if you have this and you have oily skin. Let me know how it reacts with your skin. So I'm just putting this serum foundation in my T-zone. Oh, and if you're curious about this eye look, it's done on another video. You'll see the completed look on that video as well. I'm just doing my face separately because I'm doing something different. And I wanted to show you guys. Alright, now I'm going in with my Revlon Illuminance, and I'm going to be mixing it with some of my Lancome toner. So shake these both up and put it on my glass plate that I have in front of me. Just a little bit of that. So what the toner is going to do is make it even more hydrating, and it's also going to thin it out. I don't need a lot of coverage, except maybe down here, but even after I put my concealer and my powder on, I'm not going to need a lot of coverage. You'll see. And this shade is a little peach for me, but I make it work. So I'm just going to apply this everywhere I didn't apply the primer. And it's going on very smooth. Now, if I tried to apply this where I applied that oil sucker, it would be a completely different story. So I'm just blending the two on the center of my face. And when I do my face, I like to do it in light layers, because you can always add more product, but taking product away is kind of hard, especially when we're talking about creams and stuff. So see, I mistakenly touched my nose and some of the coverage came off. And then I'm going to go in with a sponge. This one is from One Size, and I'm going to spray some of my aloe vera and glycerin on it just to get it a little damp. And I'm going to press this into the skin. And this is going to make everything look a lot less makeup-y. Another thing I suggest when you're using this oil sucker is to use a sponge so you can pat things in rather than using a brush that might disturb the things underneath. That's what I've learned from my 3 times attempting to use it, but I would say that this time it's looking the best. So I have full coverage on my nose area and then like medium to light coverage everywhere else. But still looking good, still looking cute. Now you guys know usually I would have underpainted. I'm doing things differently today. I'm just doing them a little differently. So instead of using my Give Beauty, I'm going to be going in with an LA Girl concealer, and this is in the shade Beautiful Bronze. And I'm going to be applying that to my cheekbone area. Looking for a brush. I'm just going to use my foundation brush since I can't find a brush. I would usually use the shade Toast, but I ran out, so that's why I'm using Bronze, Beautiful Bronze. Alright, I'm going to cut my cheeks now using a little bit of concealer. So I'm going to use my LA Girl Pro Conceal in Peach and a little bit of my Donata. Gracias. My Danessa Myricks Color Fix in the shade Lift. Now I'm going to go in with some cream blush. This is another Danessa Myricks product. It is the Yummy Skin Upsolite blush in the shade Spiced Latte. So we're doing a brownie blue moment. We're just going to get some of that and apply it to the cheeks. Gorgeous. And then I'm going to go in with a little bit of this Natasha Denona palette. This is the Bronze and Glow palette. And I'm going to use some of the cream right here to place on my cheekbones. Just to give it a little something something. Oh, I completely forgot to contour my nose. So this is what the face is looking like right now. So next I'm going to go into powders, and I'm going to first powder the center of my nose using the Dark Renaissance palette. And I'm going to go in with the shade Marble right here. So for my under eyes, I'm going to be using the same palette. I'm going to go in with Madonna and David and Marble, all three mixed together, and brighten up my under eyes. So first I have to pat out any creases. And I do this super lightly. I literally just go like this. 1, 2, 3. So this is what it looks like. And I pat it into the sponge. And I go right up against my nose. And then out, like so. I also use these same three colors in the rest of my T-zone. So just right here. And on my chin. I'm also going to use some of the shade Marble and David, which are these two right here, Marble and David. Get it into the sponge. And cut out those cheekbones, like so. And the reason I'm using both of them is because Marble is too white and David is too yellow. And the combination of the two is just perfect. Just like so. Then I'm going to powder my whole face using the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder in light medium. And I'm just going to take that on a big powder brush. And powder my face. And then I'm going to use the bronzer in here, very lightly. To bronze up my cheeks a little bit more. Just in the backs. And along my hairline, just slightly. So this is what the face is looking like right now. So I'm going to spray it down with some aloe vera and glycerin just so all the powders melt. So for lips, because I got foundation and stuff on them, I just blot them off. See all that foundation? I just blot them off. And then start on my lip liner. So the lip liner I'm using is from NYX. This is in Downtown Beauty. And I'm going to overdraw my lips a little bit. Okay guys, so here is the final look. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a big thumbs up. Press the subscribe button down in the description box so you don't miss any more content from me. Share this video because you know sharing is caring. And since you're here, you might as well watch some more videos. So there they are, popping up right there and right there, right there and right there, right there and right there. Support your girl, okay? And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!